This hotel was constructed in 1928 over the ashes of the previous Redmond Hotel after it was consumed by fire. It is said to be haunted by the ghost of a woman, a man people have named Ralph, and guests report a variety of paranormal phenomenon. Who may be haunting the Redmond Hotel? Let's find out. Welcome to Investigating the Northwest. This channel is dedicated to exploring the mysterious, haunted, beautiful, and historical of the Pacific Northwest. In this series of haunted locations, I'm going to be focusing on one city at a time. So eventually, if you'd like to take a complete ghost tour of a city, you'll have a complete map of locations to follow and an itinerary for the day. This video concludes the series about Haunted Bend, Oregon, and I'll soon post a video with various tour itinerary options. Which city would you like me to explore next? If you have a request, please post it in the comments. The original owners of the Redmond Hotel were William and Fanny Wilson. They moved to Oregon from Alaska, where they had run a successful business outfitting prospectors and adventurers during the gold rush. They arrived in Redmond in 1906, and the very next year they constructed the first Redmond Hotel. In 1927, a fire broke out and destroyed many of the downtown businesses, including the Redmond Hotel. The fire had started at a nearby laundry business and spread through about 12 businesses. Because these buildings were constructed of wood at this time, they all went up in flames. But William and Fanny had resilience and determination, so they immediately started rebuilding the hotel. The new hotel is 3 stories and is constructed of bricks, much less likely to fall to fire in the future. The main floor included the lobby and spaces for several local businesses, including a cafe right by the lobby. There are 2 floors of guest rooms, although back in the 20s and 30s, they were rented out long-term, like apartments. The hotel reopened on July 28, 1928, and has been in operation ever since. Because the new hotel was built right over the ashes of the previous hotel, it was named the New Redmond Hotel. Today, it is owned by the Seoul Community Planet Company and is known as the SCP Redmond Hotel. William and Fanny owned and ran the hotel until they passed on management to their son. William passed away on August 17, 1943, and Fanny died 9 years later on September 22, 1952. This haunted location is featured in the book Ghost Hunting Oregon by Donna Stewart. Stewart reports that the guest room levels appear to be haunted by a woman who is seen strolling the halls peacefully. She will occasionally look up and smile politely at a passing guest. She stands out to the guests because she appears semi-transparent and wearing a light blue 1920s-style dress with a feathered hat. Some theorize that the woman is Fanny Wilson herself, or perhaps the ghost of Klondike Kate. Klondike Kate was a local entertainer who became famous during the Klondike Gold Rush and was said to be friends of the Wilsons. Other guests report feeling an uncomfortable presence watching them in their rooms at night, and some of those guests packed up and left. In the lobby, people have reported hearing disembodied voices, often with a polite greeting or even calling by their name. But when the guest or employee looks up, no one's there. Guests hear footsteps in the hallways with them, but also no one is there. In 2012, the owner of Arnold's Malt Shop and Pizzeria, located in the hotel space, spoke to the Broadside Online to talk about their experiences. One employee said, quote, "A couple of weeks after we moved in, music albums started shifting and falling off the walls," end quote. Guests have reported seeing apparitions walk through the dining space to the kitchen, and, quote, "There are random noises, doors that open and close, lights that turn on and off. We call it Ralph," end quote. And young girls are also heard playing and running around in the restaurant after hours. Now, the pizza place is no longer in business, but there is likely another business open in that space. Might the hotel be haunted by Fannie Wilson herself? Well, this explanation could very well be fact. It is very possible that Fannie Wilson is haunting the building, but there's also another possibility. Fannie Wilson did die in the building in 1952, but also another woman died in the hotel as well. In 1933, a Mrs. A. M. Gothard took her own life in the hotel. And for those who have watched previous videos and have wondered if the newspapers during this time would actually report about suicides, yes, they certainly did. It wasn't something hidden or hushed up. It was a death just like any other. So it is very possible that either woman still wanders the halls of the Redmond Hotel. So the next explanation, might Klondike Kate be haunting the Redmond Hotel? This is likely fiction. Klondike Kate was a famous performer who has been associated with possible hauntings of many, many theaters and hotels. In my research for this video, I didn't find any articles stating that Kate stayed or performed at the hotel. It's unlikely that Kate haunts all of those places and doesn't seem like she had much of a presence, if at all, at the Redmond Hotel. And our third explanation for the hauntings at the Redmond Hotel. Is there any explanation for a man to be haunting the Redmond Hotel? This one is fact. Now, the man probably isn't named Ralph, and it was likely just a fun name that the restaurant employees gave to the male presence. However, there were several men who did die in the hotel over the years. A Jack Hardison passed of a heart attack in the building in 1946. Mr. Hardison had been a former mayor of Redmond. In 1962, a Bert Bosch also died of a heart attack in the building. And perhaps the ghost is even that of William Wilson. He died in a hospital, but as the owner of this space since 1907, he may also prefer hanging around to make sure that the hotel is still running smoothly. The final theory is that the hotel is haunted by victims of the fire in 1927. But this theory is fiction. No one actually died in the hotel during that 1927 fire. Luckily, everyone got out alive. If you'd like to visit the Redmond Hotel and try to experience some paranormal activity for yourself, it is located on 521 Southwest 6th Street in Redmond, Oregon. It's about a 25-minute drive north of Bend, Oregon. There are several businesses open on the ground floor and all accessible from the front sidewalk. It's a newly renovated space and is very comfortable. As you walk in, you can see the original fireplace and the registration desk. You can relax on the couches or even have a drink and a snack at the attached coffee shop. The space has the original wood floors and stairs, and all of the spaces are open to guests. There's even a rooftop oasis to relax and have a drink. You can spend the night at the hotel, see if you feel that presence in your room, or catch a glimpse of the woman in the hallways. Thank you so much for taking some time to learn about the haunting of the Redmond Hotel, and I hope it piques your curiosity to come visit sometime. So, if you're interested in learning about the mysteries of the Pacific Northwest, of exploring fascinating locations and discovering local legends, please do subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to receive an email when a new video is released.